JDiv is back at it here to give everyone another rankings video. You know, I get asked a lot of times what my favorite movies are, and you all know that I love movies, but I don't break them down by people that are in the movies. So what I'm going to be doing is giving you guys my top 10 favorite movies from my favorite actor of all time. If you don't know, when I was younger in the mid 80s, I fell in love with a couple things. I fell in love with WWF, and I fell in love with Sylvester Stallone. Specifically the Rocky series. But I absolutely enjoyed all the Rocky movies for the most part, although the first one is a little slow for me, then and now. But I loved those movies, and then it seemed like a lot of the Sylvester Stallone movies that came out, no matter how bad the critics hated them, I loved them. So I'm going to be counting down my top 10 Sylvester Stallone movies. Now, here's a couple of disclaimers. I haven't seen all the Rambo movies. Surprisingly enough, I've only seen the two most recent Rambo movies. I have never seen Cliffhanger. Yeah, I should go buy that right now. I have a feeling I like that, and that would easily make the list had I watched it, but I haven't yet. And I haven't seen the Expendables movies in a while, so none of them are coming to mind. I remember bits and pieces from them. I've only seen each one of them one time. So just to give you guys some clarification, if those movies are a lot better than you think, I didn't put them on the list. Now, a movie that almost made the list, surprisingly enough, was Escape Plan. I really liked that movie. I remember it was like Stallone going to, trying to break out of this, prison. It had Jim Caviezel. It had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. Stallone and Schwarzenegger are great, especially in that movie. So here is my top 10 list. Escape Plan almost made the list. Coming in number 10, Lock Up. It's a movie from that 80s time period. Sylvester Stallone plays like a mechanic that goes to jail, and he's almost about to get out, and then all of a sudden he gets transferred to a maximum security prison because some warden has a hard-on for him or something like that. Donald Sutherland's in the movie. He plays an asshole, and it's just a fun movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but when I was thinking of this list, that's one of the movies that I couldn't get out of my head was Lock Up. So I will watch that eventually, but haven't watched it in a while, but Lock Up is definitely in my top 10. Coming in at number 10. The ninth movie on the list, maybe it should be a little bit higher, but it's on the list nonetheless. Tango and Cash. I really had a lot of fun with this movie. You've got the North Side's best cop, you've got the South Side's best cop, and they're framed by rival people or whatever, and they get put in prison for something they didn't do. And then they've got to try to, get out of prison first and then, put the pieces together to try to get, this evil guy, Jack Palance, is the villain in the movie, to get their names cleared. And it's a fun movie. Stallone and Kurt Russell are in it, and I think they played well against each other, or played off of each other very well. They were fun to watch. I hope that's the case. I hope they had a good relationship, while filming the movie. And Terry Hatcher plays Sylvester Stallone's sister in it, and he gets jealous because, Kurt Russell's character is wants somebody Terry Hatcher. It was a lot of fun. I really like Tango and Cash. Number 8. A lot of people would probably disagree with this choice. I love this movie, Daylight. I remember this very well. It's one of my favorite Stallone movies. Basically, you have something happens where people get stuck in like the sewer area or in the tunnels, and Sylvester Stallone is this character, Kit Latura, and he has to go in and save people, and it's just a fun movie. There's obstacle after obstacle, and it's got one of my favorite lines in a movie that kind of came out of nowhere where they're in this one area, they've got out of the water, it's not flooding the area, and then all of a sudden a bunch of rats come in. And one of the characters is like, "Don't worry, Latoya, it's only shit with feet. Shit with feet." I don't know, it's just funny. Stallone does a little bit of overacting in the movie, just a little bit. But I really like that movie a lot. It's got Danielle Harris in it. It's got his son, rest in peace, Sage Stallone. What's the guy's name that's in it as well? I can't remember what his name is, but Viggo Mortensen's in it, and but the part where Sylvester Stallone is talking to George, the cop that's paralyzed, George, it was kind of overacting, but nonetheless, Daylight, I recommend it. Don't expect a lot, but I really enjoyed it, and that's going to be number 8. Number 7, now I'm really going to get the evil eye from a lot of people. Over the Top. A lot of people think this is a cheesy-ass movie. I'm going to tell you, I was infatuated with this movie when I was a kid. I loved it. I loved the arm wrestling stuff. The only thing that's bad about this movie, in my opinion, is the fucking kid. That kid is so annoying in the movie. But you've got Robert Loggia plays the evil grandpa, but turns good in the end, sort of. He lets, Michael go with Lincoln Hawk. And it's just a fun movie. The arm wrestling, the matchup between Bull Hurley and Lincoln Hawk and John Grizzly and drinking motor oil and Henry Vasco and Carl Adams and the announcer geeking shit up. It's all. I haven't watched the movie in 5 years, 4 years. I think I watched it in the last 5 years though, maybe. But I just really enjoyed Over the Top. Other than the kid, the movie was actually quite entertaining, and that movie deserved a sequel. Even though the critics slammed it, it doesn't get a good rating on IMDb. I like it. Number 6 on my list. Remember, this is my list. Creed. I wasn't expecting much from this at all. A plot that basically says that Apollo Creed had a son from somebody other than his wife, and this son grows up and wants to be like his dad, even though he's never met his dad. I don't know. But then you find out that Rocky's in the movie. It's basically a Rocky sequel, but it's just focusing less on Rocky. It's a good damn movie. There's a part where Adonis Creed says to Rocky, like, put it in the cloud. And, like something, I don't remember what he was talking about. Sylvester Stallone's like, huh? And looks up in the air, like at the actual clouds when he was talking about, the cloud to save it. That way it doesn't just go away. Great movie. Fun movie. And a great series, too. I love the Creed movies. I've been saying this a lot in that video, but all these movies I really do love. So Creed, I find the movie really entertaining, and that's going to be number 6 on my list. Now I'm going to stop the list for a second to inform you guys. So obviously I told you guys I like the Rocky movies. I mentioned that I did not like the first one. I do not have the original Rocky Balboa in this list. I find it too boring, too much development, and too much of a cure for insomnia for me. Maybe I should watch it again. It's been a while. But that's not on the list, and I apologize for all these Rocky movies being on here. Just to give you a heads up. I thought about grouping them all together, but obviously I don't like Rocky 5. Although it's not a bad movie, it's just not a good Rocky movie. And the first one, yeah. So bear with me. I know there's going to be a lot of Rocky movies or Creed movies, but that's why I did what I did. What can I say? Anyway, getting back to our list, coming in at number 5. Creed 2. This, again, exceeded my expectations. I mean, you have Drago and Drago's son in the movie against, Adonis and Rocky. And this was, in my opinion, this was almost as good as the best Rocky movie. I really, really liked it. I've watched this movie countless times. I even saw it in the theater 3 times. For me to see a Rocky movie 3 times in the theater, I mean, that's not that bad. I've seen one Rocky movie in the theater before the Creed movies, and that was Rocky Balboa on Christmas in 2006. And I saw Creed 2 a lot. I actually really, really enjoyed this film. And in all actuality, it should probably be number 3 or 4 and not number 5, because I really liked the movie a lot. I thought it was really good, and it was really fun. And that is supposed to be the end of Rocky Balboa. But, we'll still have Creed movies, but we shall see what happens with that. So Creed 2, again, love the fact that they brought Dolph Lundgren back. And then, of course, you've got Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed. And just some good development. Like, a way better backstory. Like, oh, you've got the guy the guy's son that killed your father in a fight against his son that nobody knew about. So it's a good movie, and if you haven't seen Creed 2 yet, I recommend it. Of course, a lot of people like Creed over Creed 2, but I like them both a lot. I just like Creed 2 just a little bit more. Number 4, we continue with the Rocky Balboa stuff. As a matter of fact, number 4 is Rocky Balboa. When you thought there wasn't ever going to be a Rocky movie again, you ended with Rocky 5, which was not the best movie, but a good movie, just not the best Sylvester Stallone Rocky movie with that idiot Don Creed guy and Touch Me and I'll Sue and Tommy Morrison as Tommy Gunn. And then they came out with Rocky Balboa. What would happen if Rocky Balboa fought the champion Mason the Lion Dixon? What would happen? And then like the whole, them going to Stallone's restaurant. It was actually a really good movie and a really good dialogue, especially the part with Uncle Paulie and Rocky where Uncle Paulie says, I didn't do anything for her. You cared for her. You did stuff for her. I didn't do anything. It was just really good. And it's like, I think it's Stallone says, or Rocky says, it's not about how much you get hit. It's how much it's when you get back up or something like that. And I really enjoyed Rocky Balboa. It was great to see Rocky. And it was a great movie if they don't have another Rocky movie or if they didn't have a movie where Rocky's in it to end the series on. So Rocky Balboa, number 4. Number 3 on my list, a great movie, great soundtrack, and again, another movie with Rocky Balboa in it, Rocky 4. That is, of course, the movie which has Apollo Creed versus Ivan Drago. Apollo dies during the fight. Rocky throws in the towel just a little too late, and then Rocky has to get revenge. Then you hear the songs, the great Hearts on Fire, and Eye of the Tiger, and it's just a fun movie. I think Rocky was missing a good charismatic coach in this movie. If I could say one thing, you've got Paulie and you've got Duke, but they're not Mickey, they're not Apollo, so he could have found another coach that would have been better. But regardless, Rocky 4, and the fight was awesome. I love at the end, Rocky beats Drago, and like all the Russian people start to cheer, and he turns the fans against Drago. So that's what I think about that. And then number 2 on my list, again, another Rocky movie. I wanted to group them together, but that wouldn't be fair. Rocky 2. It was only recently that I realized a lot of people don't necessarily like the second Rocky. I think it's one of the best ones because Rocky wins the belt in the movie. There's some suspense. Apollo and Rocky are both out, and it's like, Creed, Rocky, it's Creed, it's Rocky. And then all of a sudden, Rocky stands up at the last second. He won it, and then, it was just awesome. And then Adrian, I did it, and he's battered and bruised, but he beats Apollo because he stands up before Apollo did, and I love it. And then, the whole part where Adrian didn't want him to fight, and then Adrian goes, is hurt, and then she's in the hospital, and Mickey's there, and Rocky's there. She's like, Rocky, I want you to do one thing. What's that? Win. What? Win. And then Mickey, well, what are we waiting for? Fun stuff, and that's why I like Rocky 2. So, we're at 9 we've covered, but there's one more left. And surprisingly, it is not a Rocky movie. So that means I did not include Rocky 3, or Rocky 5 on this list. My favorite Sylvester Stallone movie of all time, Demolition Man. It might have something to do with the fact that I really like Sandra Bullock, and I'll probably do a top 10 video of her too. But I just really enjoyed Demolition Man. Not a lot of people like it. It's kind of either you love it or you hate it sort of thing, I think. But the movie, I think, was way ahead for its time. You have a great villain in, Wesley Snipes playing Simon Phoenix, the swearing machines, the 3 seashells, and all I wanted to do was knit when I got home. And I absolutely enjoyed this movie for the most part. There's really not much you can pick out. A lot of good people are in this movie, like Stallone, Snipes, Sandra Bullock, Nigel Hawthorne, Dennis Leary, Rob Schneider, It's got a good cat. Benjamin Bratt is in it. Glenn Shattuck's the guy that wears the weird robe. That yeah, I just really enjoy this movie. And then come to think during this pandemic that Sylvester Stallone let out that they're working on Demolition Man 2. Wow, what are they going to do for that? As John Spartan and Simon Phoenix both returning for that? That will be very interesting. So that is my list for my top 10 favorite Sylvester Stallone movies. Again, I don't expect a lot of you to agree with me, and I know, yeah, I didn't put Rocky 1 or Rocky 3 or Rocky 5, which I don't think anybody would put Rocky 5 in your top 10 Stallone movies list, but that's what I did. I felt that I didn't want to group them together, but I also wanted to include other movies. So if you're a Sylvester Stallone fan and you love the Rocky movies and you love these movies, you don't have to like them all, but smash that like button for me. If you know anybody else that's a Stallone fan and you think would benefit from listening or watching this, or if they just want to, kill some time, share the video with them. Let them know that they can share it with whoever they want to share it with. Leave me a comment. Leave me your list. If you want to rank the Rocky movies by themselves and then rank the other movies, you can do that. I know I'll I'll watch Cliffhanger eventually, and maybe I'll watch The Expendables and all the Rambo movies. It's just, I don't have a lot of time, but I should get Cliffhanger. I bet if I watch that movie, that'll replace Lockup, probably. Maybe not, though. It's been a while since I've seen Assassins and The Specialist, too. The Specialist I thought was better, but it's been a long time. I haven't seen Assassins since it came out, so I don't know. But leave me your list. Do what you can. I'll actually read all of them because I'm very interested to see what you think. Any comments you want to leave? Any actors or actresses that you want me to do my favorite movies from? Leave that in the comment section as well. Like I said, Sandra Bullock will be one I do. I'll probably do Will Smith next, and then whomever you guys want. And of course, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to this channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.